Welcome in Edukea company from Tanzania. In front of you I'm Mr. Tobias Petro, a teacher of economics. So we are going to proceed with our topic known as theory of the market, where in the last session we discussed about the types of market according to types. Also we discussed about the types of market according to the market structure, but also we have got the other types of imperfect market, where we shall try to look different types of market that are in the form of imperfect. First, we have got monopoly. This monopoly is a type of the market by which involves only a single buyer in the market. So if we talk about a buyer now is a person who attends to the market so that to purchase or to buy different goods and services which are available into the market. So the market which has got now a single buyer is called monopoly market. So it does not consider maybe the variety or the large number of goods and the commodities that are available in a large quantity, or there are different types of goods. What we look here is just the number of buyers. So in a market that comprises only a single buyer is a so-called monopoly market. But also we have got another type of imperfect market, that is duopoly. Here now duopoly is a type of market where there is only two suppliers in the market. It means that there can be with supply A and supplier B. So only two suppliers with different types of goods and services into the market. So these suppliers represent now the commodities, or these suppliers are responsible now to bring or to collect different goods and services into the market so that they can be bought to the other people. So in a market consisting only two suppliers is what we call a duopoly market. So it does not regard that there are maybe a large number of customers or large numbers of commodities which are available, but what we consider is just the suppliers. Also, this duopoly has got its types. Now here are the types of duopoly market, which are pure duopoly and differentiated duopoly. Where now in pure duopoly the commodities are homogeneous as in the market. So this one, pure duopoly, it means there are only two suppliers, and this supplier, all of them are required to produce the goods which are homogeneous. It means the goods which are similar. For example, this is supply A and this is supply B. So all these suppliers are producing the commodities which are similar. As we see here, I have got two marker pens. So these two marker pens are similar. So every marker pen is from its own supplier. So there are two suppliers, but the commodities are produced are homogeneous. So this is what we call pure duopoly, that commodities are homogeneous as are supplied in the market. But also this differentiated duopoly now. This differentiated duopoly occurs when there are some differences in the commodities that are supplied by the two suppliers. As we have discussed that in this differentiated duopoly, we know that there are two suppliers, but now among these two suppliers, every supplier has got the goods or services which are supplied into the market. So if their goods now differs, maybe in terms of quality or even type of goods or even quantity, it means that now this is differentiated duopoly, as this is the type of market that occur when there are some differences in the commodities that are supplied by the two suppliers. So this will be called a differentiated duopoly. There are two suppliers, but the goods which are supplied have got some differences. But in this pure duopoly, it means there are two suppliers, but even the goods and services which are supplied by them are the same or are homogeneous. It means are similar. Now, after we have discussed the meaning of this duopoly market and its types, there are features. The features or characteristics of this type of market that the following are the features of duopoly market. First, it leads to stiff competition between two producers. It leads to stiff competition between two producers. As in the market, there are only two suppliers, supplier A and supplier B, or supplier 1 and supplier 2. So these suppliers now are producing commodities that can either be similar or differentiated, but they aim to get market now, or to get customers to purchase their goods. So because there are only two producers, it means there must be with a competition between these producers, as every producer will expect now to produce more goods that will be sold now to the market, or each supplier is struggling to find the strategies on how to produce the goods that will win competition in the market against each other. Also, another feature of this duopoly market is that firms may either agree to stop competing by dividing areas of operation. So firms, because there are only two suppliers or there are only two producers in the market, so these two firms or these two producers can agree each other that rather than engaging in a competition, it means to make competition on production and the supply of the goods into the market, they can agree each other that let us divide now the areas where each supplier will have a certain place where his or her commodities will be sold. It means that they will omit the interaction of their goods into the market. It means now they can decide now to divide area of operation. So if they expect on a certain market where there is large or great demand for their goods, it means they can make they can divide now the market so that every supplier can have an area where he or she will send or transfer the commodities and services to meet the market. So through making division of the area, it means now every supplier will be free to produce and sell the final goods and the services to the other without facing competition into the market, because there are only two producers. But also commodities are either similar or different. Now in a duopoly market, commodities are either similar or different, as we have tried to discuss in the types of this duopoly, that we have a pure duopoly where in this pure duopoly now the goods which are produced by the two suppliers are similar or are homogeneous. It means all suppliers, regardless they use a different technology, but they have to produce the goods which are similar. But in this differentiated duopoly, it means the two suppliers can produce differentiated goods. It means the goods which have got some differences with the goods which are produced with the next producer. So this is one of the features of the duopoly market, that the commodities are either similar or different. So we expect that the customer can widen the freedom of choice of the type of goods to purchase, as there is a variety of some differences between the goods, either in their quantity or the quality of the goods, or in terms of packaging and the storing system that has been used, but even sanitary condition of the goods and the market where the goods are available. So this gives now a wide choice of the customers or consumers to choose the type of goods to be used with them. But also another feature of this duopoly market is that there are some barriers of entry, hence domination of two producers into the market occurs, as there are some barriers now of entry. In this duopoly market, we know that there are only two producers. It is not possible that there is no any firm that can enter into production of the goods which are produced with these two firms. It is possible, but there are barriers now, like limitations or obstacles or hindrances that limit the other firms to enter in production of goods. Hence now leaving the two firms now to dominate the market, hence creates the so-called duopoly market. But also we have got monopsony. This monopsony is a market condition where there is only single buyer. Monopsony. So this word mono, it means single. So monopsony refers to the market, or the type of the market by which in a market now we have got a single buyer. So regardless, we have got a large variety of goods and services into the market, but we have only single buyer of all the types of goods and services which are available into the market. So what to do for this single buyer? It means he or she will be able to select or to choose the type of goods which is very useful to him or her. So this type of market is called the monopsony. Also we have duopsony. This duopsony is a type of market which involves two buyers, while in the monopsony involve only single buyers. Another concept or another type of market is oligopsony. Now this oligopsony is an industry where there is few buyers for the products. So this is a type of market where there are few buyers for the products. So regardless the extent of the market, goods and services are produced, maybe there are large quantity of goods and services that is produced into the market, but what matters here is just to look on the numbers of the buyers. So here now we have got a few number of buyers of the products. So in this type of market, it means that there will be with a surplus. It means the supply will be greater than the demand, because we have got few buyers for the product. So if there is large production of goods and services, it means that there will be with surplus. It means supply will be greater than the demand of the commodities and the services in the market. So this can lead to the decline of the price of the goods and services, because the producers will try to minimize or to decrease the price in order to win the market, as the demand of their goods and services is low. Now we have various concepts of the market, where first we have the so-called equilibrium price and the equilibrium quantity. So if we talk about equilibrium, it means like equal standing. So if we talk about equilibrium price and the quantity, is a situation now when firms make production in a short run. The forces of demand and supply determine the level of price and the level of the quantity. So as how I've tried to sketch here, this is a vertical line for price, Tanzania showing, and this horizontal now for quantity in kilograms. It means the units now of goods which are produced. So this is a curve for supply, and this is a curve for demand. So this is supply and this is demand curve, while this is supply curve. So this demand and supply curve now depends on the price level and the quantity of the goods produced, where we know that as we see here, this demand slowed down lightward, while this supply curve slowed downward from right to left. So this gives the inverse relationship between these two curves, where this demand curve, as it slowed down from left to right, it means that the more units of quantity are sold at a lower price, while this supply curve slow from right to left, it means that the more units now are produced at a high price. So at a point where these two curves meet, it means demand and supply here is where now we determine the equilibrium price. So and also the equilibrium quantity. So this is a point of equilibrium. A point of equilibrium. It means is a point where price and quantity are determined. So let us try to look the other parts or the other concepts of the market. Now we are proceeding with our session. Now we are going to look about the different methods which are used now to determine the price of different goods and services into the market, as there are some of the methods or ways which are used to determine the price, as we have got the use of market forces of demand and supply, especially in short run. But also we have signing treaties where buyers and sellers make these treaties. We have haggling method, also we have auction method, as well as government method, where the government now is responsible now to fix different prices on different commodities. So let us look these methods now by starting with this first method as market forces of demand and supply. We know that in short run the demand for goods and the supply for goods are the determinants of the price, as these two forces in the market now are used now to show the equilibrium price and the quantity, as I have tried to sketch here, that we have got a demand curve, where this demand curve slow downward from left to right. This means the more quantities are sold at a lower price, while this supply curve slows down from right to left side. This shows that the more units of goods or commodities are produced at higher price, it means the producers, when they feel that the price of goods is high into the market, it means they produce more. But when the price of goods is low, it means the producers now stop from producing more units. So these two curves have inverse relationship, as the one declines at lower price while the other rises at lower price. So the point where these two curves now meet, this is the curve for demand and this is the curve for supply. The point where they meet is what determines now the price. As we can see here, we have got equilibrium price for the equilibrium quantity. It means this is a price now for different commodities and services which are sold into the market. Now the forces, the rate at which now the commodities are demanded, it means determine now the price, as the supply will depend on the demand of the goods. So this is the first method or ways of determining the price in the market. Now second method is signing treaties. Here we have got buyers and sellers. We know buyers are the people now who attend to the market for the aim of purchasing a certain commodity, but sellers are the ones now who are there in order to sell different commodities. So now these people meet to transact by making agreement and signing on how or on the price which will be used to purchase or to sell the particular goods and services in the market. But also the third method of price determination in the market, we have haggling method. This involves bargaining made between buyer and sellers to reach affordable price. So this haggling method is different from signing treaties, where even in this signing treaties they make agreement, but they use documents. It means they sign that we shall sell this type of goods in a certain amount of money. It means the price. But in this haggling method, they make agreement without signing, or they do not use documents. So they make oral conversations. So now this sellers and buyers now make as conversation to discuss about the prices for a particular commodities to be sold. But also method number 4 is auction method. This auction method, things are sold to people who give offers, and the seller uses to sell goods to the person with higher offer. It means now the seller or the producers of the goods and services, they make an advertisement on the goods and services which are available so that people can be aware. Now after the commodity has been promoted to the people into the market and is very known to everybody, so people now, it means those buyers now will start to give out their offers. So the producer will choose or will sell the goods to the person who will give the offer higher than the others. It means the higher the offer increases now the possibility of the buyer to get the commodity. But also the fifth method of price determination in the market is government. So the government fixes price, either maximum price or minimum from equilibrium price and quantity. As we have seen, this sketch shows that we have got equilibrium price and quantity that has been determined by the forces of supply and demand in short run. As we know that in short run, this demand and supply can be used to determine the price. So when there is this equilibrium price and quantity, so the government can either fix a maximum price or a minimum price from the equilibrium point according to how market condition is. Let us see about a minimum price now fixed by the government. This is fixed above the equilibrium of the price and equilibrium quantity in order to protect the supplier, as this minimum price now is the amount of money that is raised or increased by the government, that is raised above the equilibrium price when the government has determined that maybe the producers now are not getting profit because maybe the price is low, so they add the price in a low level so that to enable now the producer to produce their goods into a way that they can get a profit from selling their products to the people. But there are effects now of minimum price after the government has set the price above the equilibrium price. It means there are some effects. First, this encourages suppliers to produce more. So the producers are encouraged to produce more because they are now able to produce goods and to be sold into the price that they can get what profit. But it decreases or it leads to the decline on the quantity demanded as the price increase. This is to the customers. Now when the government set the price above the equilibrium price, it means now the customers or consumers will feel as the price has been increased above their ability to afford the goods. So it means now the demand for the goods will decline. But it will lead to the surplus as the government has put or has fixed a minimum price above the equilibrium price. It means that producers have been encouraged to produce more, and producers if will produce more while the demand for the goods is low, it means that we get the so-called surplus. It means greater supply is greater than the demand for the goods. So due to this surplus, it means the producers now will be forced to reduce their price of their goods in order to meet the market. So this will lead to the collapse of the price of goods and services into the market. But also about maximum price, this is fixed below the equilibrium price to protect buyers. So this maximum price is fixed by the government below the equilibrium price in order to protect the buyers. This is made up under a condition when the government has discovered that the price is high, so not all people can be able now to manage the existing price to purchase different goods and services into the market. So the government can decide now to reduce the price from the equilibrium and fix the price below the equilibrium price in order to protect the producers. So also there are some of the effects that occurs after the government now has decided to fix the price below the equilibrium. First, consumer will buy more units of goods as the price has been declined or has been decreased by the government. It means most of the people will be able now to purchase different goods and services. Also, another effect is that suppliers are discouraged. Now here, suppliers are discouraged to produce more as the price has been decreased. So they find that there is no profit even if they can produce more goods. So suppliers are discouraged. Now, due to the action of discouraging suppliers, it means that they reduce the amount of production of their goods, hence it will lead to shortage. Shortage means the demand is greater than the supply. Hence, if we have got shortage, it means there is a scarcity of goods and services in the market. Now, it will lead to the increase in the price of the available goods, because there will be with a stiff competition between buyers to afford the goods in the market. Also, there will be with the social unrest. This is due to the shortage of different goods and services. Maybe that leads to inflation, so even social unrest is likely to occur. Now, also government will increase price to the equilibrium after the government has reduced the price below the equilibrium price, where now we have seen these suppliers have been discouraged, so have stopped to produce, hence has led to the emergence of shortage, and hence shortage leads to the inflation. It means the persistence increase in the price of different goods and services. Now the government will be forced now to return or to remove the price from below to high level or to the equilibrium price in order to recover the market condition of the previous. So let us end up our session here, but we have got a question that states that what are the pricing methods used in your local areas? As we have seen different types of methods which are used now to determine the price in the market, you can try to conduct this question to identify the types of pricing methods which are used in your local area. Thank you very much. Welcome for more learnings in